Hi Cancer, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, within everything around you, because everything is symbolic, everything is artistic, and we all start from zero, which is a blank canvas. This is the fool's journey. If you'd like a personal reading, I do offer those, and they're down below, all the information. And lastly, there's no rules here, so if this finds you, it's definitely meant for you. Binge watch them, watch if you're not that sign. It really does not matter because there's the overall art, the overall message, and then there's the underlying message. It's like, how do you interpret it? How are you visualizing it as I describe it? There's a reason I do that because, believe it or not, you guys are a major portion of these videos. And I also really appreciate you guys giving your opinions, or even like taking the time out of your day to watch and support me. It means so much, and you would never even know. Okay, what I started drawing for you is what I thought was going to be a head or fingers, but the fingers transformed into petals. It's a flower, but with a curvy stem. That typically only happens when it's ripped from the ground or cut unevenly. It also only has one green leaf petal attached to it at the stem. You know how sometimes they have those little things and then you go up and it's the petals? That's what that is. I'm getting you will be snatched from something before it's finished or before you are ready. I'm still getting this energy of ripping a flower from the ground. Getting as well, be wary of snatching or interrupting something. It's like the interruption of growth. I just heard if only you just waited a little longer. It reminds me of The Price is Right. What if instead of walking with $100, you go for $1,000? What if you just wait a little longer? What if you just play the game a little longer and it'll be worthwhile? If you just went for it, it just could have been even better. There's something in the works with you. Perhaps you want to rush it. I'm seeing wait if you want to magnify it. Wait if you want it at its maximum form. It's not done cooking. It's like taking food out before it's ready. Do you want it raw or do you want it well done? I don't know. Sometimes you just need to leave it alone. And premature, I'm hearing the word premature. And I'm also getting the example of preemie babies and how complications can arise from that. It's the same thing. The earlier it is, the more likely they are to have health issues. If you put money to the side or anything to the side, don't touch it if you want to see it grow. It's kind of like a savings account or something you just put aside for the time being. Let it alone. I'm even seeing this applies to people. Leave them alone to grow. I'm getting the energy of growing, then coming back together. I'm a firm believer that people can love better at their highest capacity or give at their highest capacity when they've done their growth. Would you rather have someone in their prime or when they're not ready? So there's something here about right person, wrong timing. Just look at it that way. It's like, would you want someone in their highest form? Do they want you in your highest form? Or do you want to interrupt something that doesn't need to be interrupted? So I'm seeing it's like the way to get someone back or the way into someone's heart is really by doing nothing. Because you both have to do things separately before you can be around each other. Before you can bask in the beauty. So yeah, it's like, don't touch. That's the message. I was even getting that scene from SpongeBob where Patrick kept touching stuff in the museum where you can't touch anything. And he's like, do I have to follow you everywhere? Do I have to tell you not to touch that? That's how this is in a way. Even seeing this applies to like spirit guides. But like, I thought I told you, don't touch that. I don't know how many times I can get this across. Leave it alone for it to grow. Let it go to grow. We have Ace of Pentacles. And you see the garden? Flowers are growing, but they could be much taller. I'm also saying don't touch, as in like don't offer anything. Don't open up a window if you're not prepared to dedicate yourself fully to it. If you know you're not going to be there permanently. It's like planting a seed when you know you're just going to rip it out of the ground and put it somewhere else. You'd much rather just keep it where it is, because that could damage the plant. That could stop it from growing entirely. So it's the same thing. I'm saying like walk away from it, dismiss it. And 8 of Cups doesn't necessarily mean walking away permanently. Sort of you're just abandoning it for the time being. It's not necessarily a priority. So I'm saying distract yourself if you need to. Even if it stops you from reaching out to someone, if it stops you from doing what you want to so bad, just find any distraction you need. And I'm even getting that savings account thing I mentioned. If you put money away, you can put money into it, that's fine, but don't take it out. Let it go to see it grow. We have Hanged Man. Yeah, this is a pause, not a complete delay or a complete stop. I'm also seeing this as rooted, like roots in the ground. When you rip something up, there's a struggle almost, like there's tension. It's like it doesn't want you to have it. I always talk in metaphors, it's weird. It's like it doesn't want you to rip it out of the ground. Something is rooted. Something is stuck because it needs to be. See how it's wrapped around his leg? I'm also seeing this as a really funny thing regarding like someone being kept from you. You're trying to rip them out, you're trying to get their attention, and it's not working. Because I'm getting there's something about an epiphany someone needs to have, and this comes with growth. This comes with their journey. This comes with them being confident and secure in themselves. This can even allude to 2 people with their careers and their money. And plants need sunlight. They need special attention before they can be picked. Getting to like the process of photosynthesis. It's a very complicated process. We have the star. What's up with all these cards regarding like plants and gardens? It's like focus on your own garden if you want to be a part of someone else's. Also seeing a very painful ending here. It's like someone feels ignored, someone feels avoided. Or someone, it's like you had no choice but to put the sword down, truce, and walk away. You had no choice but to focus on yourself. Oh, and then we have this. 2 of Swords. It's also a truce. Meaning you can look, but you can't touch. You can't bother it. You can't disturb it. But it doesn't mean it won't be renewed eventually. I'm getting Adore You by Harry Styles, and that music video, The Fish, got really, really big to the point where he had to let it go. It was too big to hold on to. It's like setting an animal free once they get big enough, once you can't take care of it anymore, once you can't have it as a pet. It's like you've raised it, you've planted it, and now you need to release it. We had an oracle card. This is a very strange reading. On the floor, we have Alchemist. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And what I find like stands out the most is that she's touching everything. Literally everything. But it doesn't look like she's disturbing it. It's like she's taking two things to create something else. It's like your motives are changing. Where you place your attention is changing. And it's like while you do that, everything in the background changes as well. Really drawn to the stars. We have the star here. It's like regardless, it will still be amplified. It's like you have one big star here, but then you have several other ones around it. You need a Bob Ross card. Also seeing the Nine of Pentacles as a collection. So we started with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm seeing that as like adding one to your collection each time. And notice how this is a card about being alone. So I'm definitely seeing if you leave that money alone, if you keep adding to your savings account, you're gonna finish with a lot of money. And then I'm seeing this too, it's like regarding another person, you keep planting into yourself, the more you're going to attract them. And I'm seeing that too is like when you divert your attention away and they're like, wait, it's not working. Wait, now I need to do something. Now he's touching the sword, but you're not. Because you let it go, you let it grow. It's a truce. Then we have 10. Every day is a good day when you paint. Every day is a good day when you find something to do, when you immerse yourself into something. And this is also a 10. Seeing that the 9 comes before the 10. I feel like this process is soon over. The growth is soon over. Obviously, we're constantly changing, we're constantly growing. But it's like you'll finally be ready for another person, or you'll finally be aligned with something that you weren't before. And it's all because you just didn't touch it. You let it go. You want something in its maximum, fullest form and potential, and you're going to get it. Where they have the most love to give, where they can give their full attention to you, where you can give your full attention back. You don't want anything like this. You don't want to take anything before it's not ready. So you could even be expecting this kind of behavior soon. It's like, wait, they're not trying? It means I have to? It's in their hands. Not yours. She's not even touching her pentacles. Everything's growing in the background. Everything's moving in the background. Kind of like those time lapses in movies where they're busy doing things and it's like time goes by so fast. We have so many things about gardening. It's like the roots, the seeds, the gathering. Okay, Cancer, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah, it about sums it up.